Hey guys, this is Heather. So today I wanted to show you how to toast nuts because I really like almonds or any other kind of nut raw. Not everybody does. Sometimes they're not crunchy enough. I find that pretty crunchy. I was talking the other day about toasting versus roasting nuts. So these nuts are raw. They have not been cooked at all. These nuts are roasted. So if I look at the ingredients, it says cashews, almonds, macadamias, and then peanut and or cottonseed oil and sea salt. So when they use oil, these nuts have been roasted. That means that they are cooked when they're coated with oil. And what I'm going to show you today is how to toast nuts. So that is cooking the nuts without coating them in oil. So sometimes they're called dry roasted or sometimes they're called toasted. And you can do it two ways. I'm going to show you one in a pan on the stove, but you can also do them in the oven. It's really, really simple. Okay, so doing them in the pan is very simple. I'm just going to light the flame, and I want it to be high, but not so high that it's going to burn them. So I'm going to put it there. Let that heat up. You don't need to wait too long. If you hold your hand over here and it's hot, then it's ready to go. And then all you want to do is sprinkle your raw nuts on the pan. So I'm going to stand here by the pan while they cook so that I can move them around and make sure that they don't get too browned. Almonds take a while to cook because they're a bigger nut, but you can do the same technique with anything. So if I was doing sunflower seeds or sesame seeds, are the tiniest. So if I was doing those, I'd be standing here and they would be done in probably a couple minutes. So I'd be turning them very frequently. Whereas almonds are larger, it takes a longer time for the heat to get right into the nut. So it'll take a few minutes, but I'm still going to stand here because once it starts burning, you can't really stop it. So I'm starting to hear the occasional pop of a skin, and I don't know if you can see it, but certain ones like this have a brown spot on one side. There's a pop. And so that means that they're cooking. So they really only need like a minute or two after they start to pop like that. I just like to toss them around the pan to make sure that they all get a little bit browned. So then you can have them just like this, or just dry toasted, or you can add some salt, and what you would do is dissolve some salt in water and then pour it in the pan, or you can season them. So one of my favorites to use is tamari or soy sauce because it's salty and savory and just tastes really nice. Today I wanted to show you something a little bit different, so I'm going to do a balsamic glazed almond. So while the pan is still hot, I'm going to sprinkle some herbs. So this is rosemary and thyme and I don't even know what else. And then this is going to sizzle. Make sure you stir them around to get them all coated. And it'll happen really quickly. You want them to dry out a little bit so that they're not sticky. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt. All right, so then you just got to let them cool. And that's all there is to it. So you can do any kind of flavor you like. I love putting spices on them, so sometimes I'll do curry powder with tamari and maybe a little bit of toasted sesame oil. But if I use an oil on them, it tends to make them not dry out as well, and so they don't keep as long. So I tend to stick with either balsamic vinegar or tamari or just seasonings mixed in water. So you can do this in a pan. You can also do the exact same thing in an oven or a toaster oven. You just put it on bake, and then the timing will depend on how big the nut or seed is. So if this is cool enough, give it a try. Super yummy. These would be super tasty on top of a paella or something like that. Something with some nice herbs. All right, so I hope you enjoy that and play with the dry toasting technique with all kinds of different nuts. So I did almonds because they're a large nut and sometimes people don't know what to do with them. But you can also do Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, cashews, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, whatever you like. So get toasting. I'll see you guys soon with another recipe, so subscribe if you want to get notice of those as soon as I post. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.